Minute. Whoa, what do we have here? From the battle to the glory. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? It's summertime. The weather is hot out.
there. It is hot out there. I just missed y'all a little bit. Yeah, we have something special for y'all today. Definitely is gonna be special. We got a treat for y'all today. But I'm just saying.
Please stop playing.
I just want everybody to laugh a little bit. When they come in the room, you got to put a smile on your face. Listen, man. Oh, man. Definitely, it was a hot one for us this weekend. I was at the beach. I had a good time. We just sat down there at the beach with the kids. And I'm talking about, look, I'm like a big kid when it comes down to that water. I was in there. Like, it's like, oh, okay, uncle. I said, hey, throwing sand on me the whole nine. I'm like, oh, boy. I had to be humble, boy, because I tell you, I was like, hey, I ain't no kid. Don't be throwing no sand on me. We just had some fun. But it was lovely. I did a Saturday men's breakfast. Me and my brother, I took him. He don't really go to church, but he came out with me, and it was exciting. And then afterwards, he went to the beach with me. You know what I mean? Made it a whole day. I was pleased by that. I thought he was gonna say, "No, I don't want to go," but he came and he went with us, and we had a good time. Bunch of men. Look, let me tell you something. At 8:30 in the morning, church was packed with men. I was so happy. I was so pleased. I'm talking about they was up there, boy. 8:30 in the morning. You know how tough it is to get a bunch of men at church 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, we talking about something. The shifting. It's the shift that's about to happen. Oh man. Then I said, my brother, he don't even go to church. He just be like, just living. But enough of my story. Lady T, how was your day? And how was your weekend, rather, shall I say?
Everything has been great. Everything has been wonderful. No complaints. I had some good rest, relaxation. It's been great. I'm
Wonderful.
excited that we're kind of closer to the midweek.
Okay, okay. For our special guest, V, what's going on, man? How was your weekend? Talk to us, man. How was your weekend? How was your day? It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
Can
Ah,
you hear me? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, my week was pretty good so far, man. Starting off with Amazing Grace, I do a lot of working out, meditating, man. That's it.
I know. I see your work, man. I see your work. I'm trying to wait for Rodney to come in here. But before when Rodney get back in here, but look, let the audience know a little about yourself, man. I don't like to tell people their story. I like them to tell their story and how they doing and their walk and their journey, what's going on in their life. So, without a further ado, tell the audience and the people about what's going on in your life right now and how it is to serve God.
Well, those of you who don't know, my name is Jesse V. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I actually stay in Atlanta at the time being, and I'm a pastor, a message music creator, dad, a husband, all of the above, and right now in my life, God has been amazing. I've just been going from state to state, spreading the word and gathering events and doing stuff like that from state to state. We actually just came from Texas, been in Atlanta for a couple of months, trying to get my feet wet and meet some people so we can do some things up here as well. But yeah, I'm Jesse V from Kansas City, Missouri. Go Chiefs.
Oh man, nah. Stop the madness, man. I ain't even gonna tell you my team. I'm gonna be mad at you right now. And still be righteous. 49ers, bang bang, 90 game.
Oh man.
I know. See, man, you hurt me, bro. You said Kansas City Chiefs. Cut me deep. Y'all cut me deep. You went to the Super Bowl with them twice, T. Twice.
I know.
But tell us about what's going on, like when you do your production and everything. Tell us about that, how that's going. And I see, like I've seen your work, so but most people don't know, what you do. Explain a little bit of what you do.
Well, I actually am CEO of this gospel label that me and my wife have together. We actually do. Uh, we got this youth program where it's actually based in Texas at the moment, and it's called uh, Galveston County Youth Services, where we teach the youth how to record, master, make beats, um, how to do visual arts and things of that nature. We're actually bringing that program to Atlanta. That's why we're here. And right now, we're in the midst of doing some things with the homeless and getting some homeless shelters for the youth as well while we're in Atlanta, because we came to Atlanta and seen a lot of things that were occurring as far as it's a lot of youth being homeless up here. We got a lot of people from 14 to 22, and I feel like that if they have an opportunity, that things would change. So we're doing something up here in Atlanta as well to bring the youth off of the streets and to stop the violence that's occurring up here in Atlanta.
Okay. Yes. Listen, I got a couple of songs, guys. I'm gonna play that a little later. Some of his songs that he sent to me. I'm gonna play it for you guys. I'm gonna put it in the background and let you guys hear it as the show go on while y'all guys are talking. I'm gonna put it up in the chat so that you guys can see it because this is something special. I mean, that's the thing about it, his work is working with this young generation, and they need it the most, And he's coming with a different dynamic when he bring it to them, and they receiving it. And because I seen all the kids around, and that's the most important thing right now. When you older and you really got the concept, and you really want to, embrace it and teach the young generation from a different perspective. That's wonderful, and that's what he's doing, and it's great and awesome. And look, Roddy has said something earlier. Look. I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna tell you because I'm an open book. Transparency is my biggest thing right now. When I heard you do gospel rap, right? I had somebody on the show. I was kind of like against it. You know what I mean? It's like, how you gonna live? You know what I'm saying? Do gospel rap and nah. But see, my perspective has changed because guess what? I can't not be the same way I was before. And the most important thing is that I was at service 2 Sundays ago, and you know what the pastor said? He said the old way of the teaching is not working. So you have to try something different. You have to do something different to get the young generation involved. And so my perspective has changed because of that. And it's true. We teach our children, not me, but most people that's older teach their children the old way. And guess what? They lose interest. And when they lose interest, they lose focus. And when they're not focused, something else will grab their attention that they think is good, that they think is going to be prosperous for them. And it's not. It's tricking their mind and pulling them down to the rabbit hole of destruction. And so,
You
and
know,
say,
not to cut you off, I get a lot from a lot of people. They kind of don't first they don't go with it due to, like you said, it's rap, and then hey, I'm coming how I am. I got my gold chains, and I'm not changing my appearance due to it's a gravitational piece to the children. When you got when I was in prison for about 3 years, and when I was in prison, I was evaluating what draws the youth attention, and it's TV and radio. TV and radio gravitates to children. So if we can change what is displayed on the radio and the TV, then you can have the mindset change. Because this is what is it. No matter what, no one says your children watches these things that are displayed. Watch these things. I mean, listen to these things that are displayed, and it changes the perception of their mind of life. No matter what you're teaching them, they're going to listen to these things because it's out here, and that's what I do these things for, to change the airways. If we change the airways, we can have a better society and life. And it was a lot of people, what I'm saying, got the same state of mind and perception of what was taking place. But you got to think about this is what grabbing their mind, bro.
Yeah.
all the time. What is the main thing that grabs humanity's attention?
TV.
Anybody know?
TV.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Hmm.
Entertainment grabs humanity attention no matter what, and whether it's comedy, whether it's music, whether it's poetry, whether it's movies, it grabs your attention. That's just what it's for, to get inside you, to change your mind, to transform your perception of things that you have in your reality. But that's why I do it though, to change these airways, man, to change the perception of what people think about rap, how they it's a lot of people that don't really understand that rap is just a message. Back in the day, we had people talking about how much of a queen we have our women to be, how much a king our men's are. Now the rap is changing.
Well, it was planning to change. They wanted to change it.
Come on,
And when rap started in New York with Boogie Down Productions, those games like that, they was talking about UNITY. They was talking
come
about
on.
things about us coming together, and they purposely changed rap. It was something done to damage us. And I mean, throughout the years, that's happened a lot in our culture, that they take things that was created to be positive and things like that and turn it into a negative. But people forget that. People forget that rap is nothing but poems put to music. You know what I'm saying? And they try to make it into something that they try to make it into whatever it is to fit their agenda, opposed to being honest about what it really is. And that's why I was surprised at Chef Dennis. I mean, I love Chef Dennis. He is my brother, but I know how he can be very quick to be judgmental on anything that is not. If it didn't say it in the Bible, then it should be a problem, you know.
Don't listen. Don't no. I just correct myself. No shade on me. I ain't happy.
No, that's not shade. I'm not shade nothing. I'm shooting it right at you. It ain't no, it ain't no shade. I'm not. I didn't cover it up. But go ahead.
Is this is that is why that just doing anything about God, that's why it's not popular. That's why it's not like people don't look at that, because you know what? It's not something that excite them. If they don't have a relationship with God, it doesn't excite them. So they're not going to look at that and say, "Oh, you know what? Let me look at this. Let me do this because it's exciting." And all the negativity is getting all the spotlight. But when you're doing something for God, it is getting no spotlight. No, it's not flourishing. Only the things that's of this world is flourishing. That's negative. You know what I'm saying? But when it's dealing with God, see, that's why I said my perception has changed, because guess what? That's dealing with God. Now, listen, he's one. I had a fellow on here, Ivan. What was his name, Lady? Ivan, right? Ivan. You don't remember?
Yeah.
But there are Christian rappers that are flourishing. Tobe Inigwe is one of them.
I have him here. They was at a gospel festival. Even the couple, they was at the same, the person I had on here. I'm gonna get the names. Hold up.
Right, well, no, let's go back to my man. I'm interested in listening to your music and seeing what so
no, yeah.
So where did your journey begin? I might have missed it. I'm sorry, I was having some technical issues coming in. But where did your journey begin, where you decided to go into that lane of Christian rap? What? Because I heard you said you was in prison, but did it begin there? Did it begin before that? Like,
nah, that's where it begins. Before that, man, I was into all kind of nonsense, man. My mom and my dad is pastors, but you know how they say PK children are. You know, we the worstest ones. We the worst.
Yeah, I'm
ones.
married to one. Sorry.
But yeah, and it started when I was in prison, man. I wanted to, like I said, I researched some things and seeing how youth is being targeted through entertainment, and that's really what it is. The youth, the ones without an understanding of what's going on. When I say youth, I don't mean just the babies. That means youth is the mind. So the youth is the mind. You know what I'm saying? Your mind can be a child state.
Okay.
Anybody that's at a child state of mind is what I'm talking about. So when I say I'm targeting the youth, I'm targeting anybody with the mindset that don't understand what's going on in society. But it started in prison. Started in prison, man. When I started to see that I can I was a leader more than just doing it in a negative way. When I was in the streets, I used to sell dope at a high scale. And then I went to prison and started to change my mindset and seeing that I was influential to the prisoners in there. I started doing Bible studies. We started doing prayers and everything. And I had like over 2,500 people. We all doing the same thing. And that's what triggered my mind. Like, hey, you can do something positive just as well as you was have people following you negative. You can do something positive just due to what I was doing inside of the prison. And it was kind of hard to do these things due to when you doing something positive, like you said, it was planted to make sure that the things change. Just like in prison society, when I was doing the things inside of the prison, the guards was coming in trying to stop us from coming
Yeah, they don't
together.
like that.
Yeah, they didn't like it. We had blacks, Hispanics, we had Africans, we had all the races coming together, and it was all due to the power of God coming through me, and before that, before I went to prison, I was in a gang called Rated R. So my arm, me and my brothers is locked up. One of them locked up for 15 years, the other one's locked up for 120 years.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was in this gang and I was shot in the face. The vision came to me when I was shot in the face with a 12 gauge. I had lost my eye. I lost my
Okay.
eye. I was 17 years old, and but I wasn't trying to do what God was trying to show me, and so I just kept going and going, doing negativity, doing things that wasn't of the Holy Spirit. But once I got time to sit down those 3 years, God showed me some things, how power work. Power is in information. It ain't in the money that you withhold. It ain't in the clothes that you put on. It ain't in the jewelry and all these things. It's within the information that you hold. And so if I have information, and I started thinking, if I have this information to train some prisoners, just imagine if I did this with some music. Before that, I was doing circular music with me and my brothers, but it wasn't going nowhere. It was stagnant. I was just staying in Kansas City, but once I started doing gospel music. Well, I ain't gonna say because I'm not a Christian. I'm Hebrew, so we don't do gospel. We do message music. So when I started doing message music, it started to elevate and I started going state to state. I went from Kansas City, then I started to stay in Texas. I was in Texas for about 3 years. Now I'm up here in Atlanta. I'm gonna be in Atlanta for about 3 years too, and then I'm going to California. And I'm doing all this off of faith. I don't have no whole bunch of funding. I don't have no people pushing money behind me and nothing like that. And it's all off of faith, off of a vision that God gave me when I was locked up. But yeah, it started when I was in prison, man.
Okay.
Listen,
Hey, Jesse V, what is the message that you give to the children, to the youth? You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, the message is you don't have the cool people are displaying cool, like he was saying, negative to be cool. The new cool is having the right information. The wrong information can kill us faster than what we are growing. It can kill us faster than what we are growing. But my message to the youth is seek all the positive information. That way you can sustain yourself when ain't nobody around. When mama's not around, daddy's not around. When granny, grandpa, it's just gonna be you. You gotta seek for yourself. Seek for yourself all the information. Don't let these churches get you to where to you just seeking that Bible or you just seeking information out the Bible. Get an understanding outside the Bible too. What I'm saying is the words inside those Bibles, you gotta go somewhere to research those things. Get an understanding. It say in all your gettings, get an understanding. That's what the Bible says. But that's what I teach. Get an understanding of why you're here. The new cool is information, having knowledge. And that's why our children is lacking. That's why you got so many homeless people, these youth out here in Atlanta homeless, because they don't have the information. They don't have that knowledge. That's what the Bible says. My people perish from lack of knowledge.
Very true.
Yep, it's true. Rodney, you wanted to say something, Rodney? You look like you was trying to say something.
Nah, I was gonna tell you to mess. If he's on the phone, you need to turn the echo cancellation off because that's what's making him echo.
Off me or him?
Yeah, you have to do it. If he can't do it on his phone, just click on the three dots by his name and his audio will come up. You can edit it. You can edit it. Yeah, 'cause he's getting the echo. But nah, I just want people to clearly hear what you're trying to say, Jesse. That's all. I know you probably can't hear the echo, but I definitely do. But you know, I'm glad. You know, I appreciate the message. I definitely do. So what is?
Can't hear you. Turned it down. Turn it up.
Still can't hear him.
There you go. Now
Yeah,
say.
I don't know who you.
all right,
that
go ahead. Yeah, that was you. Go ahead. I did, man.
I said that's what Jesse.
I know. My bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry, Jesse. You know. Anyway, we keep it moving.
Watch out now. I know where you live at.
Because I mean, I follow. I don't know if you heard of Tobe Enigwe, but he's like who I would consider like one of the most extreme. And and I feel like it's growing. Like it's a genre that is actually growing. Like Christian rap, Christian message, or message rap, and things like that is steadily growing. And how has it been for you? Do you see that it's growing, or do you still find a lot of what is it, like walls in your way, or how's it going for you?
Well, it is growing in my perspective because you got more people coming to the light. You know, up here in Atlanta, you got a lot of people trying to seek knowledge, and when with seeking knowledge, you gotta pay attention to what you put into your brain. So what I'm saying, you gotta watch what you listen to, and if it's a lot of people coming to light, you got a lot of people listening to the music. But yeah, it's right. When I first started, I was just in Kansas City, man, and I was one of the first to start the message music in my city. I'm actually one of the tops out of there, bro. Y'all can look it up. Jesse Vassy, to be exact. You can look me up, Google me, whatever, and everything will come up from Kansas City, my magazines and all that. But yeah, uh, me and my wife and my children, we started that genre down there. My wife, she does singing and rapping as well, and we were a group. We was a group called DLID for about 6 years, and we took this all over, man. We've been everywhere, bro. When it comes to that, and it has risen since the first time, since about 7 8 years ago, man. All I heard was Lecrae, and now you talking about somebody else that I have heard of, the wife and husband duo. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I think everybody was watching me and my wife on that. We was the first message husband and wife duo. But
Okay.
that's just my perception, man.
No, I hear you. All right, and what's the best thing to follow you on Instagram or?
Anyone, Instagram, Facebook. On Instagram and Facebook is Jesse VEA 4300. Jesse VEA JESSIE. Just C, not just E. Just C.
You got that?
Go ahead.
I'm pulling it up.
You got that, Rodney?
Mm-hmm.
So Rodney, you got AV. You just got to excuse Rodney. He a little slow, so you got.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for this too, man.
Man, listen.
And don't be scared to ask a question, man. Whatever y'all want to ask, don't hesitate. Ask them questions. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
I
I'm
know that
ready.
There you go. I just added you, sir.
the topic
Yes,
was
sir.
free your mind, open your heart, and receive it. So that's why I brought this topic out because that's the key. The key to success is knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then in the word it says, "Study to show thyself approved." So you right. You got to study to show yourself approved. You got to study, and that's how you get
Unto God. Not to
seek.
cut you off. Unto God. Don't leave that out. Study to show thyself approved unto God.
Yes.
See, that's where we get messed up. We trying to prove ourselves to humanity when we supposed to be approving ourselves to God. That's why the knowledge is to be seeked. We gotta understand what that knowledge is talking about. We only supposed to prove ourselves to God. We only supposed to be worshiping God. All that is only supposed to be unto God. No matter how you feel about me, she feel about me, he feel about me, as long as I'm approved by God, that's all that matters.
That's it. Right.
Not to cut you off, big dog.
No, I'm glad you cut him off. Go ahead.
Hey, V, don't we go back and forth? He showed me. That's how he showed me love. I see. I get that. I understand that. See, most people they say it's insulting, but nah, I get that. That's his character. His character. That's his love
Oh,
language.
you still talking about me? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you were talking about yourself. I apologize. Don't worry.
love language for me. We see
Hey, man.
we brothers, man. So I love him. That's how he showed me love. Right, Lady T?
Yeah, y'all funny.
But no, listen. So how long you been married?
I've been married for 8 years on the third.
Oh wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And how many kids you have?
4, 5, 11, 14, and 17.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, check this out. I'm not bragging to boast it, but look, my 5-year-old, he preaches. You hear me? All the way up, they teach lessons and all. This is what it's about. If it's not in the home, how you gonna take it out there? Don't teach to me if you ain't teaching them babies in your house. If you ain't teaching your wife in the house, you can't teach me. That's how it's supposed to go. The house got to be in order first before you can take it out there. You know what I mean? So my babies and everything, my wife, everybody, we all get in study. We sit down, we get these words, and we study everything. We make sure we get an understanding of before we step out these walls of our house. Because when we step out these walls of these house, that's when them things start to attack you. That's what people don't understand. Everything has a spirit. Air carries spirit. That's what it said. He said he breathed the breath of life into you. Air. That's air. That's a spirit. Everywhere you go, it's spirits. It's spirit. That's why I say it's a spiritual warfare. Because they on the air. They roll through the air. So man, we gotta watch it. You gotta have it in that home. My babies, from my dogs to my animals, everybody. When we do prayer, my dogs come and bow too, because it said, "Let everything that have breath praise the Lord." Everything, not just you, not just you ain't got it. Just because you feeling good, that don't mean that your whole house is in order. You got to make sure they are studying too, man. When we go to have service on Wednesdays and Sundays, my little babies they pull out notebooks from my 5-year-old all the way up to the 7-year-old. I mean 17-year-old. Pull out notebooks, pens. We come in. This is school. We come to do this because it's serious. That's what's wrong. The world is not taking it serious. We take our job serious. We take everything else serious, except for the information about what can really sustain your brain. The Bible can help you build a business, a marriage, uh, any relationship you trying to have. Everything you trying to do is in that Bible. But you just got to understand what knowledge is and how the knowledge is coming to you. I always tell people, know what you're doing, why you doing it, and who you doing it with. That's it. Calm down. Calm down. Know what you're doing, why you doing it, and who you doing it with. Stop. And you will live life longer and your life will be better. Every situation, what you doing, why you doing it, and who you doing it with. Calm down, Mercy. But yep, that's real, man. From the 5-year-old to the 17-year-old, man. And you got to train up a child, bro.
The way it should be.
That's real.
Lady, go ahead. You look like you were saying something. You about to say something. I know you. Go ahead, Lady. Spin
Okay,
it.
so let's get to the topic. Let's get to free your mind, open your heart.
All right. So since you asked the
Yeah.
question, open your. Free your mind. So what's the first thing that come to your mind when you said when we talk about that? Free your mind and open your heart.
Okay. I think of releasing from limiting beliefs. You know, we have a lot of limiting beliefs that we are trapped in, and we have to, Jesse V was talking about how we need to go and learn. And when you learn, you have to come out of your beliefs because you're limited on beliefs when you stay stuck in your understanding. So sometimes you got to go out and get a further understanding, further clarification to understand what you are really, digging into the soil. So I think, when you get out of your limiting beliefs, it is a help to your life and freeing your mind and also cluttering your thoughts. Like it helps you release cluttered thoughts. I can still hear the echo, so I'm trying to ignore it. But I when I think of free your mind, that's basically getting out of the limiting beliefs. So I'm just going to keep it right there because it's annoying.
What's annoying?
I can hear feedback.
Let me see.
If everybody hears the echo except for you, you're the person that's causing the echo.
I haven't done nothing different though. Mine is the same as always.
No. I hear it. No, I hear it. I hear your echo too. There.
Yeah.
Okay, now stop. What'd you change?
Oh, he got the
Well,
echo.
I'm low.
Echo cancellation. That's it.
It's his mic. His mic.
Is it? Is my mic? Is that better?
Yeah, it is your mic.
That's my mic.
Because I still hear the echo from me, Lady T. But it's
All right, go ahead.
well, for me, when I see free your mind, I think about all the propaganda, everything out there that is set to keep our mind enslaved, to keep our mind thinking a specific way. Like if you go out into this world, they want to keep you in this with these blinders on that you're gonna go and believe what they have in front of you. Is my mic low again?
Nah, you good.
No, you're echoed.
Yeah, but I hear everybody's low in mine now. But anyway. But freeing your mind is really, for me, thinking outside of the box. Thinking outside of where like I said, everywhere where the world, where everything wants you to go. And doing more creative things or doing things like, for instance, like what Jesse V's doing, which is rap music, gospel, or message music, like, where you're not following the norm. So that's what I think when I think free your mind, and because you're gonna figure some more things out. Some things are gonna happen when you do that. You know what I'm saying? When you change the norm and think outside the box, you're gonna see things and get exposed to things that everybody's really trying to hide from you, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all now. I'm about to look at my side. Chat.
No, we cannot hear you.
All right, Jesse, keep it going. Even echo. Hold on. But what do you when you see free your mind? What do you think?
Kind of like what Lady T said. Step out of the boundaries, and kind of what you were saying. Step out of what's been presented. Because the things that are being presented is more to than what's being presented. There's always something behind what's being presented. But like you were saying, stepping out of those boundaries, as she said, it can trap you from learning. It can trap you from succeeding. It can trap you. That's deep. That's real. That's what it is. When you free your mind, you're stepping out of what's presented and what can trap you. You're escaping.
Yeah. Because I mean, I believe that that's what the world wants you to see. The world wants you to see. They put you out there just like you
Perfect,
said.
bro.
When you think rap music, you the first thing you think is booty shaking, this that, and or every other word is F or be this or whatever the case may be, because that's what they created you to think. And then when somebody says, "Oh, I'm a gospel rapper," you think that's not possible because that's what they forced you to think. You know what I'm saying? And now the mic now sound good. Thank you. I don't know what just happened, but yeah, that is that's when I think free your mind, because for me, I'm big into challenging everything and not believing in the biggest flack I get is when I tell people that when I say that God created everything, so there's nothing that can't be used for the glory of God. I hate it when people I hate it when people say, "Oh, that's of the devil." Nah, nothing is of the devil because God created everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's about how can you say both of those things. So I get a lot of flack on it about that, but I mean I don't want to get back into that and go down that rabbit hole again. But it's just that I believe that you can use anything to the glory of God. So don't let them pigeonhole you and think that, oh, if you're not doing what's in what's the pastor or the church has deemed as rules, you know what I'm saying, then you're not doing something that is of God. That to me is untrue. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no limitation to God and his power, in my opinion. So
Exactly. Not to cut you off, but our first belief is let go of tradition. All of the things that you do when you come into them buildings, it's traditional. You come in there, you can't wear certain clothes. You gotta look a certain way. You gotta say hallelujah this way. If you don't speak in tongue, you can't do this. It's certain stuff that all this stuff is just man-made, traditionally done. And that's what I believe. I'm like, man, this is a perfect topic because I believe in being free, and the things that people call sin is not sin. You got to look into your Bible. God specifically tell you what sin is. All of these things is just created, man. And that's why I was a Christian, man. But once I started to seek more information, I started to see that we are Hebrew, bro. I am, to be exact. And it makes this what I believe. It gives me more free ability to see and to be the creation of who created me. Um, like you're saying, what I believe gives me the ability to see out of what's been presented. That's the first thing. All the traditional things, we ain't in that, man. That ain't how we move. We a new nation. We starting something new where everybody that has the faith, it don't matter what we building, it don't matter where you come from. As far as your background, traditional, where or what you going through. That's how we are. We don't care what you put on. We want you to look street because we attacking the streets. How can you attack something you ain't resembling to be like? What do Satan do? He come in resemblance as who? God. When you get the trick, he tricks you. So you got to come in resemblance of what you're trying to attack. Before a snake attack, I learned this when I was studying snakes. Before a snake attack, it studies its prey for 6 hours. 6 hours. So in order to attack a situation, you gotta have the information on what you're attacking. So what I'm saying is, where I'm at in my belief, where we doing the new nation of Hebrew, we are free in our minds. We don't have no aspect of you got to do this, you have to do this, you can't do it. No, we going according to what that Torah say, the Bible says. If it don't say it, we ain't doing it. And no, we ain't the ones that's out here with them dresses, pretending and posing. No, because we humble. One of my songs says we come humble. Yes, we might know the knowledge, but you got to come and blend in. When Jesus came, he blended in with the people, but they knew who he was though, because the power. That's how you should be standing out because of the power that you withhold, not what you put on, not the fragrance of how you smell. It's the knowledge that's withheld in you, within you. So all the traditional things that these churches are displaying, that's pushing the youth away. Oh, you can't come in here with your pants sagging. Oh, you can't come in here smelling like weed. How we gonna get them off the drugs if they can't come in here smelling like it? Oh, you can't do this. You can't all this. You can't. What did you do in order for you to get in the church?
Yeah.
What did you do? Go ahead.
Now the church. So I just played a clip on my show yesterday. Matter of fact, that a pastor was saying that the church works on religion from the outside. God works on you from the inside.
Inside.
Yeah. So
Inside.
and he said I don't care if you just got off the pole last night. He was like, come in here. He was like, I don't care if you smoked weed on the way in here. Come in here. I don't care if you do this. He said, because I can't, because when you get in here, God is going to change you from the inside. I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing. But God is going to change you from the, and he said, and he also said, I will make you fishers of men. You know, I will make you. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say that. It doesn't say that you got to come in already a fisher of men. No, you come to me, and I will make you fishers of men. So you know that was
why they persecuted Jesus, man. Guess why they persecute him? Because the people he was hanging with.
Right.
It was because of the whoremongers and the prostitutes and the tax collectors that he was hanging with. He was hanging with the thugs. He was hanging with the Bloods and the Crips and all of these drug dealers. They persecuted him because they said, "Oh, you talking about Jesus that be hanging with them other folks that ain't saved?" That's why. So when these churches and these to be honest, the Bible say we are the church. So that's where they get it backwards from the beginning. We come into a building so we can form the church because the church is formed off information. Back to information. The church is formed off information. So the traditional things needs to be passed away. This free your mind thing is dope. Whoever came up with this topic, hey, for real.
It was probably Lady T.
Probably not this one.
Wow. I'm about to throw a boomerang at this dude, yo. But the reason why I came with that because that's what happens, you know, at the end of the day. People in this world, they have this perception of what it's supposed to look like. And it's really knowing the heart, the inner man. And that's what the focal point is. The inner man is the most important because you work on your heart. I always say your heart is your posture. And so learning how to work on your heart is the most important. Everything else, all the parts of your limbs, everything else doesn't mean anything. The heart is the most important part of the body. Nothing else matters. Without that, you don't even survive. You don't even live. You cannot live without your heart. So what you feed and how you nourish your heart is the things that you take in. I always say that the eyes and the ears are the portal to your heart. You know, that's how you feed and nourish your heart, by the things that you watch, the things that you listen to, the things that you read is important because guess what? That's how you get your attitudes, your personality, your character, because you can read something that can upset you and then now you have this thought in your mind and guess what? It plays on your heart because that's exactly what happens. And we watch TV and certain things get you in the mood. I used to be this. So being in the club, guess what? No, seriously, being in the club. And Rodney know what I'm talking about because he can relate because he played football. When you get this certain music in your head, you get this monster, this beast that comes out. And guess what? You want to do something. And same thing, when you out in the street and when you drinking, you throwing it back, guess what? You listen to that music, it start resonating in you. And guess what? That's the inner you. And guess what? It starts to activate that spirit that you have in you. And that's why you have to work on your heart. That's why you have to work on it constantly and daily. And that's how you have people out here just waking up and next thing they know, they just wilding out. They're killing themselves. If they're not killing themselves, they go out there killing somebody else. Because guess what? They're not really nurturing their body like they're supposed to, their heart. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. And that's why God said he don't care about nothing else. He care about your heart. That's what he cares about, because guess what? You have to learn how to have compassion. You have to learn how to have patience. You have to learn how to endure in the storm. How do you do endure? How you learn how to do that? Just going through it? Nah, because guess what? You got to learn how to have patience to go through the storm. Look at Peter. Peter, listen, God told him to come out on the water. He did, guess what? He seen all the miracles he did, and still right next to Jesus, still, and guess what? He began to sink because of his faith. He didn't see all the miracles. He said, "Man, I'm following you. I seen it," and still, he start to sink because of his faith.
Yeah, we all do that though. Turn your mic up too. Yeah, we all do that, because I mean, we all have a faith, but hey, when you get out there on that water, I don't know about you, you know what I'm saying? It take a little bit extra, you know, but I mean, it is part of that, but that's part of our flesh. That's something that we all gonna have, you know what I'm saying? That you know, I always look at it. God already knew he was going to sink when he came out there. All those things was already known, so you know. He knows that we're human. He knows that we're not going to be perfect, you know, and so you got to, be the best person you can be every day, man. That's all I look at it. I look at no matter what the teachings are, and the teachings are, and I have read different teachings and things like that. It's still the basic is do unto others as you'll have them do unto you. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and be the light that God has created you to become. You know what I'm saying? No matter what God you call him. You know, so I mean that's just something I feel. But anyway, Lady T, where you at, Lady T?
Where you at, Lady T?
I'm enjoying the conversation, so I'm listening. But I'll add this: freeing your mind. I think that. We talked about seek and learning, but questioning our beliefs, questioning, asking ourselves. I've always said this. You got to ask yourself, why you do this, why God did this. Is there something I need to learn? We need to ask questions to have God imprint something in our life that we can see what it is that can be a revelation. If we ask good questions, if we learn how to seek God through, the mind of God within ourselves, and we are asking God question after question after question daily, we are connecting with God. That is, I think, free in your mind, because you're able to connect with God and you're not looking outside of yourself. You're not having a conversation with nobody else. You are doing it within yourself. You are having this conversation within your mind, and only you and God know. And this has to be daily. And that is freeing your mind in a way. Once you do it repetitively, you can become a person that is walking with God. And it is freeing your mind when you are able to walk with God as well. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, look, so I want to say, I was studying and I was doing some work on this whole topic. Just think about this. Free equals victory. Will equals God. And then choice is you. And so when you really walk in the will of God for your life, you begin to be victory. Walk in victory. And that's freeing your mind, because you're allowing God to order your steps. But just think about this, though, Rodney. Freeing yourself from shackles of bondage of procrastination, bondage of slavery, bondage to the desires of your heart, and uncleanly and ungodly things, is that is also freeing your mind, because that's bondage to your flesh. When you open up your eyes and you really open up your heart, you really receive that, and then you begin to be surrendering under to God's will for your life. And so you understand peace, discipline, devotion, unconditional love, and courage. And then you begin to endure all those things, because guess what? Walking in the presence of God right now in this time is tough, because so much going on in the world, and you got to understand what it is that you have for your life, the purpose you have for your life. Everybody have a different purpose. Everybody have a different journey. And in that journey, you have to open up your mind, open up your heart to receive it. Receive that sometimes what you may think is for your life may not be what you planned it to be. But that's the hard part. Truly surrender to the will of God for your life, the purpose for your life. Everybody have a purpose. God has already given you a gift. And in that gift, it comes easy. And all you have, some people don't even know they have a gift. And how do they activate that gift? They do not acknowledge God. And so guess what? They miss out on an opportunity to display their gift or use their gift because they don't accept the things that God has called you to do because it's not what you want. And sometimes when it's not,
be careful what you tell God you don't want to do. I say that all the time. Be careful what you tell God you don't want to do, because I'll be sure enough what you about to be doing. I swear, it happened every time to me. I don't care what you say. Every time I tell God I don't want to do something, next thing I know, every door is leading right to what I said I didn't want to do. So,
but that's how it works. But he gives you an opportunity to do. Let's not forget that he gives you an opportunity.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like he gives you an opportunity, a way of an escape, he gives you an opportunity to choose. He just don't say, I'm gonna make you do this. You got a choice, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you choose not, now this is real. This is real. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. If you choose to do what you want, right? And God said, I got something for you. Know this, that is self-affliction. And in that self-affliction, guess what? He'll allow you to go through things, but he'll still have mercy and grace for you. He'll still allow you to go through it. But he said, listen, I got something for you. But look, that's what you chose to do. I got something for you. And then that's when your eyes open up. And that's when you realize, you know what? I can't do this by myself. I can't do it. I tried everything. Now it's time to try Jesus. Now it's time to try God. And guess what? And when you do, know this. Your life will change forever for the greater good. Not for nothing negative. It changed for the better. Know this. Go ahead, Lady T. I look like you got your head up. You want to say something. Go ahead.
Nope. Didn't want to add nothing to that.
Y'all ain't hear that?
Hear what?
That thunder over here, boy. Woof. It scared me.
Oh, it done already passed through here.
It passed?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rodney. What you want to say?
I was going to say this. I was going to say, we talked about freeing your mind, and opening your heart is different. Opening your heart is a feeling thing. You know, that's a feeling that you have to learn how to feel. You know, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will walk through it, meaning you will feel. You cannot go under it. You cannot go around it. You cannot go above it. You have to go through. That is a feeling. And that feeling of opening your heart when you're betrayed, when you're hurt, when you're suffering, you got to feel that. And how do you open up your heart when you're feeling all of those negative emotions? How do you trust, right? But you got to feel it. That's how you open up your heart. You feel it, let God settle in your heart, and let God take control of your heart, and let him soften your heart, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult. You know, opening your heart is different than freeing your mind. You know, we have to look at it differently.
So I agree with you. Opening your heart is different. When I think opening your heart, for me, it's vulnerability. Yeah. It's being vulnerable enough to allow whatever it is God is trying to put in there, or what you call it. I mean, I struggle hugely with forgiveness. I'm still talking about it to this day. It was one of the biggest things that I had to deal with. The biggest things that even like marriage counseling and stuff like that, man, I hold a grudge and I'm petty. I got both of those things in me. You know what I'm saying? I will hold a grudge and I'm petty as a mug. So, you know, I work on both of those things. But opening my heart, you know, the biggest thing that God deals with me about is that whole thing of forgiveness. And it's tough. It's tough to be vulnerable. It's tough to say, okay, Lord, I will let this person do me wrong again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter how many times they do me wrong, I'm still going to forgive them. That is tough. That goes against everything in your flesh. Your flesh, you want to protect yourself no matter what. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? But opening up your heart means that you have to, you're opening up your heart for anything. You know what I'm saying? And anything is tough. I mean, it's tough for me. Anything, Lord? Like anything? You like, you know, I can deal with them lying on me. I can deal with this. I can deal with that. But hold on, Lord. Anything? I gotta let that go. And I mean, open up your heart. That's what that means. Is giving that vulnerability that it's tough, and it takes a lot of practice, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of practice.
it
And I
does.
mean, it takes a lot of practice with, especially with people you love. Like, it ain't hard when it ain't somebody you even like or going to see again. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody you love hurts you, your mother, your father, your brother, you know what I'm saying? Your wife, your relationship, when somebody like that hurts you, it's hard to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ain't gonna see this dude again at work and he lying on me and I ain't gonna see him no more, he be like, if I see him in the meeting or whatever, I ain't gotta talk to him. I can just keep on moving. But when that's their family member or something like that, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Hey Rodney, I'm
Yes,
gonna say
sir.
this. I'm gonna say this to you though. Being that you
you
said
go.
it's tough, right? No, seriously, no. Everybody, we sitting here, we listening. I'm keeping it real.
I'm
You know what?
listening.
I'm gonna say from my perspective. This is for
Mhm.
me, and she can contest to this. Listen, the one thing I do is when somebody hurt me, right? I think about this. You said about forgiveness. I'm not no exaggeration. I think about all the things I've done that displeased God, and He still showed me mercy. He still forgave me. He could have ended my life. He could have said, you know what? No, you did this. You know what? That's it for you. But you know what? That's where I give people grace, no matter. And I've been hurt by family, truly, and I did the hurting as well. And guess what? I've learned to say, you know what, God, I'll forgive them. But when I forgive them, if they're supposed to be in my life, you know, they're gonna be in my life. If they're not, I'll leave them there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps me always forgiving, no matter what. I don't have to deal with that person no more. You know what I'm saying? It depends on if that's what God had for me to be in that person's life. I'm gonna receive it, but I'm not gonna let them hurt me again. But I do always give, forgiveness because of
No,
that,
that's
because God has
exactly
given
the
it.
opposite of it. That's the opposite of forgiveness, though. You say I'm not gonna let them hurt you again,
Yeah.
then you ain't forgive them.
No, what
You
you
know what I'm
mean?
saying?
Hold
Because
up.
if you
If you slap me
hey,
once, I
yeah,
ain't gonna slap you. Ain't gonna slap me again.
I
hey,
don't think
that
that's the
ain't that
scripture
ain't what.
say.
Hey,
I
hold
don't think that's
on.
what the scriptures
I
say.
don't think I don't
Oh,
think
but
when Jesus, the last thing is to forgive
hold
them,
up.
for they
Yeah,
know not what they do.
all right,
You know
V,
what I'm saying?
go ahead,
Like,
V.
that's
You want to say
what you
something, V?
mean.
Well, go ahead, V.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Go
what
ahead,
I'm
yeah.
V.
listening. Go ahead,
Take
sir.
this. Check. To be honest, man, my whole life I always been forgiveful. That's really how when I was in the streets and I sold dope. That's how I made my clientele. You owe me some money, I wouldn't even worry about it. I still give you some dope. But what you was saying though, Chef,
Right.
man,
Chef.
he's right. When I can forgive you, but now I know how to move according to how you move. I see how you have been displayed. That's just like when Adam and Eve seen that the serpent was a trickster. God showed them that there was a trickster. Now that they have seen that it was a trickster, they ain't gonna let them trick them no more.
No.
I ain't gonna let you do it no more. I understand the information that you were throwing off, and I know how to move accordingly. I must be like, I can't go that way. Like, say if a situation happen, you borrow, like you said, you borrow $5 from me, and you be like, I can't pay. You ain't pay me last time, so I'm not going to give you $5 again. I'm not going into the same situation where I already knew you already ain't gonna pay me. So, and I understand that the Bible says turn the other cheek. That is turn the other cheek. You never did let that situation, that person go. You just moved according to how they move. If they are in a situation they're constantly doing wrong, you ain't letting them go. You displaying how God is supposed to be by holding on to them, even though they done you wrong.
All right.
That's turning the other cheek.
What about 10 years later? That person comes to you, didn't give you the $5 later. Now he got a job, he got an occupation, he got a family and everything. He say, I need the $5. And you still don't give it to him because of that.
No,
That's not forgiveness.
you move according to his situation. That's what I was saying. According to his
Still the same
situation.
person.
Not.
Yeah, he's still the same person, but at that time you felt a different vibe according to the situation. But now
Mhm.
that you see something that has been displayed, that's just like with God. When He sees something displayed different, then He blesses you. When something is displayed different, then you go according to something different. But until the displaying of something different is displayed, I gotta go according to what you have done there this time.
Hey, V, Rodney, I got one for you. Then, since you said it like that, Rodney, check this out. Okay, you've been saved and righteous and holy for 15 years, and guess what? You keep on now. You've been 15 years. You've been righteous and holy, right? Now you commit a sin, right? God said, "I forgive you." Now you keep on doing that sin. You think God's not gonna punish you? Yes, He gonna punish you. He gonna punish you because guess what? Now he didn't gave you time at the time. Doesn't mean that it depends on the sin that you commit. Because guess what? There is a price. He told you, yeah, I'm gonna forgive you. I'm a forgiving God. But guess what? He's not gonna keep letting you do it over and over and over, and you get away with it. And that's the same thing. You can be righteous and forgiving, but guess what? I'm not supposed to let you keep doing it and doing it and doing it over and over. No. Guess what? If I lend you $200, guess what? You ain't getting $200 from me again. You don't pay me. I'm not asking you. I'm not saying, yo, you owe me $200. I'm not saying none of that. You come to me for $200, I'm not giving it to you. Guess what? You come to my house and get something to eat. I can buy you some clothes. Yeah. I can do all those things. But guess what? You're not getting no money from me. So now I still showed you love. I still show you compassion because I still do stuff for you outside of the love that I had for you. But guess what? You will not get no more money from me. You need some new sneakers? You need some new clothes? Okay, I'll go get you new clothes. If you lying to me.
You know what happened to me in those situations? God blesses me with $200 more and tells me to give it to that person.
Ronnie, that's
I'm just telling you that has happened to me.
But guess what? You just said to us that you struggle with forgiveness, right?
I do struggle with it, and I want to give it to him. That's what I'm saying to you.
When somebody keeps slapping you, want to keep letting them slap you. That's not being wise.
To what I'm saying, I'm listening to exactly what you said. I'm agreeing with what you said, and I said, and what happened to me was God then gave me $200 and said, "Now give it to him." That's what happened to me. The same situation that you're saying. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Then next thing you know, God goes, well, now I'm giving you this. Now I blessed you with this, and I want you to give it to that person.
But do you know the message, though? Because you didn't have a forgiving heart. That's real.
I don't believe that what you're saying is forgiving either.
No, you didn't. Listen, you did not have. When you forgive,
according to the Bible, it is cast into the lake of forgiveness. That means you forgot. It's done. Yes. So therefore, you can't hold it 10 years later and still hold the same thing against them. What you're saying is not forgiveness. Okay, and that is just my opinion.
I got one for you. I got one for you, better. V, he didn't get that. It went over his head, V. I got one for you, though, right?
Lady T, help me out, Lady T, because I know you understand what I'm saying.
You understand, right?
Worried. Go ahead.
And listen, you going hunting, right? And listen, you know you got bit last time by a snake because you lift up the rock and you didn't protect yourself. Guess what? You go again and not be aware of what you're getting yourself into, you're going to get bit again. So you got to be wise. You have to be wise enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to get bit again. That don't have nothing to do about you not forgiving. If you allow yourself to get tricked again and bamboozled, that's on you. Don't say God, because God said, listen, I'll give you a way of an escape. You talk about forgiveness, guess what? He said, listen, have a forgiving heart, and does not mean go back to that person and do the same thing to that person. That's not going to tell you. He nowhere in the word going to tell you that. Let that person keep doing that to you. That's a fool.
All right. God knew the whole time that Judas was going to betray him. Yes or no?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. He still allowed him to do it. Correct?
Yeah.
You know what that's called? You don't hold before you use an example. Yes, you're right. It's called.
Let me say one thing.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
He knew of an action that didn't take place. You talking about an action that took place.
No, I know I ain't get my money back. I already know
What I'm saying is, you said he knew Judas was going to betray him. Mm-hmm. Judas didn't betray him in the action until it was done. You said if somebody owed you some money and didn't pay you back, that action was done. It wasn't thought about. That was done. Judas didn't do nothing until he betrayed him. You feel what I'm saying?
I hear you. Don't have to agree, but I hear you. I still don't believe that what y'all talking about is forgiveness. Like I said, it's cast into the lake forget. You're supposed to
You
forget.
are
You're supposed to be what you call it.
both
So
sides are
therefore,
right because it says do not keep no record of wrong because
No.
that's the characteristics of love. No records of wrong, but in like you were saying, you gotta be wise too. Wise as serpents. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta be wise as serpents, smooth as doves. But that's just facts. You can't when it comes factuality, you can't go against facts. Somebody played you, that's just a factuality. That's just facts. You can't go against what is a fact. This
yeah.
person has done something in the action to play you, and to me, you have forgave them for playing you. That's what you forgave them for playing you. Not you keep giving them money. You forgave them for the action of playing you because you still allow them to come around. You still spend money. You still do this. So you forgave them. It's just that you going according to the wisdom that you have got from this situation. He said, "Be wise." That's what Chef was talking about. You got to
Yeah.
be wise. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. You're right. You don't have to agree because other people would say that. No, you can't do that. You can't. But you gotta be like you said. You gotta be wise though too. You can't keep getting snake bit. Can't keep letting that snake keep
No, I
coming up
got,
on the
but I'm
block.
just saying. Unfortunately for me, I am given a box because for me, God told me to then still give him the money. You know what I'm saying? Like that happened to me, so I'm just using that particular thing. But I understand the lesson of what you're saying and Chef Dennis is saying. But I'm also saying that there are times where God will still say to you, hey, now I gave you this. You know what I'm saying? Like now I gave you this and I want you to give it to that person. You know what I'm saying? And it was different. It was like I was like, well, you sure you want me to do this? And it turns out that was exactly what he wanted me to do, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm saying because when y'all first started saying the thing, you was like, oh, I'm never gonna let nobody slap me twice or whatever case may be. But sometimes God asks you to get slapped twice.
No, but
Sometimes he asks you to go ahead and you bite this bullet, dog. Like you know what I'm saying?
No,
You don't feel that way. You don't have that kind of conversation with God. I mean,
no.
You might be a little closed-minded about it. That might be
Stop.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Stop the nonsense. I'm not.
You know,
I'm good.
Bible never said be nice. Can you tell me in the Bible where it said be nice?
Talk to them.
Talk to them. Treat others as you would have want yourself to be treated.
That don't mean it's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
you asked where it said that. I mean, technically, it is saying that. I mean, it's saying that treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I mean, can that be nice? Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, I believe that we're both. I understand what you're saying too. I'm just trying to give the different side of sometimes this happens. It happens because I mean to be honest with you, Jesse, it's not nothing to use because Chef Dennis, because I know that he can be instantly closed-minded if somebody has done him wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or he asked the wrong questions. Like I met him and I said, if I got locked up in jail, would you come bail me out? And he said, only if you told me what you did. And I'm like, see that's not it. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. Nah, you should come bail me out. It don't matter what I did.
I told you, I said, listen, only way I bail you out, I get it from God. That's what I said to you. If God said yes, go bail you out. Yeah, you think, but you just got it. This concept, I'm supposed to just bail you out. What if that's your punishment that God wants you to go through because of your?
Then you
action?
would not be able to bail me out. If that was God's punishment for me, then you would not be able to bail me out. That's an easy answer. There's no way your bail is stronger than God. So if he wanted me to be punished, then I'm staying.
I gotta be obedient. You can say, listen, I've done a lot of stuff
that
I didn't want to do.
Bail him out, man. I don't wish that on nobody. Bail him out. Bail him out. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions because over the phone he can say some stuff that'll go against himself. Just say where you at. I got the bond money. I don't wish that on nobody. Bail him out, Chef. Nah, I'm just joking.
All right, bail me out. Bail me out, sir. That's all I got to say. Lady T would bail me out, wouldn't you, Lady T?
I would bail him out.
Oh,
thank you.
We know.
We're gonna go into prayer. We're gonna go into prayer right after we bail you out. Because what you doing in jail? What you doing in jail? What are you doing? You better be a traffic ticket. a traffic ticket.
People have been in jail wrongly accused. It isn't like I mean that's through the
You was
Bible.
walking while black.
It could be anything, brother. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying it's in the Bible. There's plenty of people that were wrongly jailed in the Bible. It happens.
Yeah,
You know
that's true.
saying? So
most all the people that were used were prisoners in jail.
That's right, man. You got
absolutely,
remember, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sometimes
that's why I believe God used me, man. While I was in jail, man. That's why I was saying, man, that was amazing to me, bro, to see at least 2,500 people just following me, bro. And I'm a little cat, bro. I don't weigh nothing but 150, 160 something pounds, and it seemed like my voice was big to all these inmates, bro. That's amazing to me, bro. And then it was going in the right way to where I'm not giving people packs to sell dope, bro. That made man, I sat in my cell and cried when I seen these men, grown men, paying attention to the word, grown men crying out, trying to figure out what is it to do to get closer to God, bro. That touched me. My son keep coming in.
Oh, you good, brother? We all got kids. It's all good.
So, T, can you do me a favor, T?
Okay.
So, Ephesians 4:32. Get that for me.
Ephesians 4:2.
No,
4:32
and 32. Read that for me.
I ain't know Desmond Black had that much Bible knowledge. I'm surprised.
He got the Bible right next to him.
Oh, okay.
Read that for me.
Okay, Ephesians 4:32. Encourage believers to be kind, compassionate, and forgiving towards one another, mirroring God's forgiveness in Christ.
I like it. Thank you, Desmond.
That was an AI overview. I don't know if that was exactly the word, but that's how what came.
It doesn't say. What are we looking for in that scripture?
No.
I'm about being nice. The part about being nice.
It will never tell you that. He right. V said he right. It's
say nice. It don't. I researched that.
I know it
People
don't
were
say
asking
nice,
me. This. People were asking me that in prison because I was straightforward. In prison, you gotta be a certain way. You can't let nobody be up on you. You can't let nobody try to, So why you ain't nice? You supposed to be saved. Why you ain't nice? The Bible never said that. It never said that. Jesus came for correction. Jesus came to fulfill the law. To fulfill the law, that hurts. That hurts because there's a lot of people going against the law. That's all I'm saying. It never said nice though. And I was looking for that. I was like, oh my God, man, I don't know. Let me because I didn't know at first. So, and I'm a person that be like, hey, if I don't know, I'm going to go get it. Let me go get it right.
Somebody said define the word nice.
Define the word nice. The word nice is to be a particular way. Even if this is my own perception.
Oh Lord, let me hit Google real quick.
It's agreeable, satisfactory, pleasant. It's agreeable.
Right. So you be in a particular way, even though somebody else is another way. That's what nice is. No, and the Bible doesn't say that.
But clearly, we gotta understand, nice and compassion is two different things too. The word compassion and nice is two different things, and God tells you to have compassion. Clearly, compassion, not nice, because nice is something totally different to having compassion. Because guess what? When I have compassion, I see you hurting right now. So you know what? I'm going to have compassion. I'm going to console with you. I'm going to be like, you all right, brother? Oh man, I'm going to be right there with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have compassion, even though I probably can care less, but I'm having compassion for you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's the different thing.
Great way.
It goes totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Great way to explain it.
Okay.
It's like another word. Look, another synonym for nice is polite.
Right.
That's another word for it. But another word for nice is polite. Courteous. But you won't use courteous for compassion. That's not another synonym for compassion. Courteous, polite.
But I've studied a lot of religious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just looking at the other passage. Go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
saying I studied a lot of religions, and that's what brought me to where I'm at. Satanic, Buddhism, Hebrew, Christianity, Islamic. I got all these books, man, and I just like to research, and I combine them all together to bring it into one knowledge. Because all of
Mhm.
those books has the same message. God is real. Believe
Yep.
in Him. He's gonna make a way for you as long as you believe. But yeah, that's how I got to all of my conclusions. I studied all these religions and bring it into when I was in prison, that's what I was doing. Like I said, I like to study words. Words have power. If you don't you will never understand the Bible if you don't understand words.
It's a fact.
Have
Yeah.
to research the words, gotta
Yeah.
go back. Gotta go
Yeah.
back.
Uh,
Yeah.
And when you are doing religional things, you gotta do religion according to your culture.
Mm.
and you
They like,
also
what are you
gotta
saying? What are you saying? I'm saying that you only gonna know how God is speaking through you through how you were created.
Mm.
You are black. We are black. We
Mhm.
have to go back to where it was started from in order to
Mhm.
understand. That's just like how can any other race teach you how to be your race?
Mhm. Mhm.
How can they? They
Yes.
can't. That's why and this is really what made me change into Hebrew. Every Christian, why don't they care about what they eat?
Mm.
Why don't every Christian care about what? And that's the only belief that don't care. When it's mind, body, and soul. Everything has to be aligned with the spirit. If your weight is off, your mind get thrown off, and if your mind is thrown off, your soul is thrown off. So everything. That's why I was saying I exercise. That's what I be doing, meditating,
that
exercise,
sound like
meditate.
skinny man talk to me. I'm sorry. Bacon is
No.
delicious. Bacon is delicious. I don't
Hey,
care what
yo,
you said.
uh,
If you ain't ate a BLT and thought it was from God, you ain't ate a BLT. That's how I look at it.
Mhm.
That's all I got to say about that, sir. I don't got nothing else to say other than that. Bacon is delicious, sir. I,
Yeah, it
so
is. It's addicting.
I'm
oh,
sorry.
shut
Hey, to be honest, that's what I was addicted to. Ham and
Hey
bacon.
man,
Yeah.
Ham
bacon,
and
hey,
bacon.
it
Nah,
does.
but to be on a serious note, now you talking that's you kicking knowledge though. That's real. Lady Tino, that's real because I said that. I said, I said that's what happens. A lot of people, that's Christians, they overweight, including myself.
Yeah.
I put myself in it because guess what? There's certain things I like. I'm a chef. I eat stuff that I ain't supposed to eat, and at the end of the day, I work at it daily though, trying to lose weight. Seriously, no jokes aside, and that's and it does because certain chemicals that the foods that we eat, they put into our bodies, it messes with our brains. And then also not only do our brains, that's when we can have certain diseases and certain sicknesses that come upon us because of the things that we eat. And that's a fact. That's not just a pain. So I'm putting myself in the same bucket, but because I like to eat certain things. But that at the end of the day, it does play a part in how we think and how we react. Because sometimes you just think about this: when we overeat, how it messes with your brain and the rest of your body. We call it the itis, but it's really not the itis. What happens is your body, your stomach and your brain is too much to consume and overwork, and your brain is overworked, and so that's where you get tired at, and so that's where the itis come in at. We say it, but the reality is that your stomach is overworked and your brain can't register that, and so that's when you get tired. That's when you get like
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
happened. And Lady T, so
Yes. I'm
Des
ready.
said, "Oh, you
Yes, I
ready?
have it.
Okay, thank you."
Colossians 3:12-14 says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Oh, and then
You said
Proverbs
Proverbs.
19:17 says, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done."
And
Uh,
pours without knowledge.
Say that again.
Poor is without knowledge.
Poor, he said poor without knowledge is without
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah, poor is without knowledge. People think it's the substance of this world.
Money.
Oh,
No.
yes, yes. I see what you're saying. Yes, lack of
Mhm.
Yeah,
knowledge, the poor, the lack
yeah,
of knowledge. Yes.
right.
And a lot of people need to understand that because they think it is a material thing or a
Wow.
look or a substance of what they have with them at their body or something like that. It
Mhm.
has nothing to do with that. It's lack of knowledge. It is lack of knowledge. I'm so
Of
glad
course,
you
yeah.
said that.
Money,
Yeah.
money is
Hey,
man-made.
can I say this?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Hey, y'all, this is dope. I like this. Thank y'all for waiting on me. This is something I like doing, discussing the word and breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? Even though we might not agree on all the things, we ain't arguing, bickering back and forth at each other. You know what I'm saying? We going to the word, being able to get good substance from how we need to accept it. Y'all keep doing this, man. Keep
Appreciate
encouraging people to come on to here, because some people that come on here gonna learn. They learning. They
it.
learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's real. Y'all teaching me. You dig?
But the one thing, look, and you know what, I appreciate that truly. The reason why I say that is because that's the one thing, and I understand that. I recognize that long time ago. Let me say, not let me correct that. Not a long time ago. Recently, I realized truly that the enemy to our soul is the author of confusion. And no matter what a person believes, as long as your focal point is God. We
God.
talk we talk about God, and I believe in Jesus. If you don't believe in Jesus, but you got to know that there's a higher being. But guess what? Taking it to God, you got to understand it. Listen, you truly got to understand that there. God said His word would never come back void. So I don't care. Even look, the Jewish, Muslims, every religion. Religion is a state of mind. It is not something that God has created. That's man. Okay, faith without works is dead. So guess what? It says it in the word. Study to show thyself approved. That means, guess what? If you don't believe something, go study. Find out if it's true to you. Because guess what? V, Rodney, Lady T, and myself, we all have different journeys. But when you allow God to be in your life and you follow His will for your life and the purpose for your life, guess what? Everything is going to line up the way it's supposed to. It's called a divine connection. And He's going to lead you. He's going to put you in the right place, the right people at the right time. Lady T and Roddy said it before. Listen, I don't see myself going to the prison, but they's like, don't say that because God might have you go to the prison. Okay.
Absolutely.
No, and guess what? I stopped saying that because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm truly walking in His will for my life. So I don't say things like that because guess what? Whatever God lead me to, wherever He want me to go, I'm gonna go. You understand what I'm saying? And Lady T, she already got this mindset. What she gonna do? You know what I'm saying? She gonna pack everything up and just travel. And her mission, and that's what her desire. But her mission for God is totally different than mine. It's totally different from. It's totally different for V, Rodney. Rodney is his own journey right now. You know what I'm saying? Of growing into this new man, and it's lovely. And when you see other people striving to do what God has called them to do, it's a beautiful thing. It's like a rose, just like a flower. It's beautiful, and it's not only just beautiful. It's nothing but love, and you see it. It makes you happy. It makes you pleasant. You know what I'm saying? And that's the joy about this journey, this walk. Like I told him, I don't discriminate on nobody. Listen. Let me tell you something. I ain't say this before. I have friends that I grew up with that were Muslims, and we were best of friends. You understand me? And I went to masjid with them. I ate figs with them. They didn't eat pork. So guess what? When I was around them, I didn't eat pork. So I learned something though. You know what I'm saying? I learned it. I'm like, pork is not in my house. Do I dib and dab on it time for time? Yeah, I might. But guess what? I understand. Like it's not going to be prosperous for me to eat it every day. So guess what? I get it. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned these things by just God putting the right people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I had Muslim best friends. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I seen a lot. I learned a lot from them. You know what I mean? Like they pray. Their prayer life is totally different than Christianity's prayer life. Promise you that. and I'm a Christian, and that's a fact. Their prayer life is different from ours. They devote their time in prayer. Christians sometimes don't even do that. I said some, not all. You know what I mean? And that's a real deal, man. And that's why we got to grow together. That's why the world is so much turmoil, because you know what? I believe this, you believe this, but guess what? At the end of the day, it's only one God.
Yeah.
One God. And anybody say anything different, that's their thing. It's only one God. One. For real, I'm serious. Because guess what? If there's no other word but God in another language, it's still God. God. One. Buddha. God. Muhammad. Come on. One God.
People try to change it when it says that I have many names. I still look at people and say that all the time when people want to get into it. I think it was actually what's his name, Elijah Muhammad, that said that he was a Christian. That said that there's a Muslim what's it called, where he talks about that this was all created to divide us. You know what I'm saying? All these different religions were created to divide us, to make it so that he was like, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Allah, I believe in the other joints. And I mean, it's just a lot of people don't realize that or even want to announce that, and I mean, I think my pastor, I love my pastor to death, but I love my pastor to death. He's one that says that too. He was like, yo, I'm here to serve God. He said, first of all, I don't save no one. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of pastors, they'll tell you, oh, you come in here, you'll get saved and this, that, and the other. He's like, I ain't saved a person here. He was like, God has saved you. I ain't do nothing. He said, the only thing I do is, I get up here and I preach and try to give y'all whatever God leads me to do. But other than that, I ain't saving none of y'all. None of y'all. When you go up to see, when you go and you stand in front of God, don't mention me. That's what he said. He's like, don't mention me. He was like, leave my name out your mouth, because I don't know what you do when you leave here. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what you do. So don't go over there saying I said this. Don't go to God and say I said that. He was like, nah, that's for you. He was like, and he always talks about it. He was like, he was like, if I was able to show you all your sin on this screen right here, none of y'all would come to church. You know what I'm saying? If I was able to do that, none of y'all go. He said, that's what you're going to have to deal with. He was like, he was like, and it ain't nothing I can do about it. Nothing. God saves you. I don't save you. So anyway.
That's it right there. That's
Facts.
And nothing else. And
now,
let me know why. Go ahead, Lady T. I gotta do something. I'm gonna show y'all something.
We ain't listen to no music. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
that's I'm about to go. I'm about to do it. Yeah, that's okay. Y'all finish talking to V while I get this thing for y'all.
I'll say that opening the heart also is practicing empathy. Something we don't really do. We talked about compassion, but having empathy for others and trying to understand their perspective and their experiences without comparing or judging. That's something we need to learn to do when we talk to one another, because we know when we unite, when we have a understanding and a compassionate, empathetic heart for another person, we can unite and we can, become more of like God-minded when we have more empathy in our heart. So that's what I wanted to add.
Okay. I believe empathy and things like that is taught in your household. For me, it was taught mine. My mom was a woman who would take anyone in and help them and whatever. If she found out, one of my brother's girlfriends was being molested in her house, and she took all the girls in, not just her. Every girl in that was living in that house. You know what I'm saying? And it's been several. I've got several what you would call play sisters or whatever. But when I grew up, I thought they were my sister. I had no clue, because I was the youngest child. So I had no clue that these ladies were not my mother's children. I thought they was. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Can y'all hear it?
Nah.
Could y'all see this screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe because it's on your
Yeah, I
headset.
see it, but you got it coming
All right.
through the wrong way because we should not be able to see ourselves. You're presenting the show. You're not presenting
Hold on.
the. So when you present, you want to just present the page that you're trying to present. Don't present the show. You were presenting the whole show.
Share the screen.
Share the screen. Yep. And then go to, what are you looking at it on? Instagram? Click on the Instagram page. Don't click on the StreamYard page.
All right. Okay. Can y'all see it?
I see that. Yeah. Click on the Facebook share. But when you click on that, it's going to open a different page.
Teach somebody something that can help them excel, succeed, or progress. Shalom.
All right, we got to wait for it to start over.
Yeah.
Good risings, good risings, good risings, good risings, good risings. Today is Tuesday. That's right, Teach Tuesday. Why don't you inspire and teach somebody something that can help them excel, succeed, or progress? Shalom.
All right, that wasn't music, but I appreciate it.
All right, no, hold on. Let me. What did he say?
All right, you know, remember Justy earlier when he said that I was slow? Remember that? Remember that? You see how, you know, I ain't gonna say that God did this, but you see how things happen, sir, right?
He said, I'm not gonna say God did this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say God did it, but you know, you see how somebody jumps out there and does, you know, says what they want to say and what you call it, and then you know he flip it on you just like that. Now look at you over here looking like you can't even like,
what you doing? Hey V, where do you send me that your music at? Where did you send me your music at, V?
It was through email.
It was through email?
If there was 12 dwarfs, you would definitely be dopey right now.
I gotta find my, oh man.
Just saying.
Show me
1 second.
Show me love, brother. Show me love.
I'm sorry, brother. You take your time, man. We're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there. I appreciate you. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate you bringing Jesse V, because this is something new for him, Jesse. Chef Dennis may not want to admit it, but you know, this is something new for him, because when I first met him, he was like, nah, ain't none of that. No.
Why you did? I said that.
I agree with you. I'm backing up what you said. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Rodney,
you know?
I just have to say, I love it when you come on here. You just, you know, you always make me happy to have you here. I enjoy the back and forth with you too. I love it. I've missed you.
Yeah, I know you do.
Good. No, you be holding your own Lady T. Don't worry about it. I like when Lady T getting her serious voice. That's
what I gotta deal with.
Buddy. Hold on. Lady T be like, and I'm not gonna just sit here and take this.
I gotta be attacked by both of them.
I love it when Lady T get there. I'm like, all right. She always try to act like she ain't gonna go there, and then next thing you know.
Yeah,
next thing you know, she's like, you know what? I ain't gonna let you just get away with this. This ain't gonna be that easy. You know,
right?
It's all good, man. I appreciate it. Good time that we get it. I'm gonna definitely listen to your music. Is it on
it's on everything.
Like YouTube music?
Yeah, it's on everything.
I'm about to follow that. Oh, my phone did.
You know what? I think you sent it to me on Messenger. Hold on.
Oh, Messenger. It might have been, yeah.
Let me see.
But now y'all keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, you too.
Yes.
The energy is dope, for real. Y'all energy. You know, she mellows y'all out. Y'all kind of got the wildness going. She keep it mellow, you know, make it to where it's straight point to the point. Get y'all back on topic.
Yeah, I'm just a guest. You need to come check out my podcast too, Dad Mentality as well.
My bad. Yeah, V.
Let's
I'm gonna send it to him. No, yeah, V. He's the host of because he had technical difficulties in the beginning. So he's the host of Dad Mentality. You could check him out on YouTube and Instagrams. Dad
Yeah, it's
underscore mentality. It's dope too. They dope too. You got now. You definitely could go over there and spread some knowledge over there too. His brothers over there. It's all brothers. So
yeah,
it-
it's all
I'm
dad and
serious.
men. But we talk about everything. We talk a lot
Yes.
of mental health. We talk about addiction. We talk about anything that is, but the whole concept is we talk about things that men don't normally talk. We talk about finances. We talk about we talked about like creating a will, creating a trust. We do all, and I bring in people who have, the knowledge to educate us. But it's a great thing. So,
let's do it, man. Let's do it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna put him up there with you, and I'm definitely gonna put you up with my brother too, V.
Yeah,
He got,
and I got more artists and stuff too, man. Like I said, I got my own label. I'm gonna be sending some more artists to y'all from Texas and from Missouri and Georgia. That's
okay.
gonna be wanting to be interviewed and stuff like that.
All right, man. Listen, we here for it, man. Listen, I want to tell people like that's what we do. We try to encourage, uplift, and just inspire you to change your mind. Like I said, free your mind, man. Open your heart, receive it, because at the end of the day, that's the knowledge that you need, man. That's how we going to be subdued in this world right now. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, that's going to sustain you. You know what I'm saying? Even in the rough times, because we all gonna have rough times. We all gonna go through something. And guess what? When you don't got God in your life, I promise you, bro, those are the when you're gonna hit rock bottom. And sometimes some people don't recover from that, from the hitting rock bottom. Some people don't, you know what I mean? They just go there, they go down that dark path and they never come back. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I truly have compassion from homeless people sometimes. I don't even call them homeless. I said less fortunate. You know, my wife got me in the habit of saying not homeless, they less fortunate, because you don't know their story. You don't know how they got there. You don't know what struggles they went through, what addictions they struggle with, and never got the healing or the help that they really need, because nobody wanted to give them a second chance. Nobody wanted to give them an opportunity to try to do it over, even in their tough times. And so that's
when I first started doing message music, I was homeless. I was homeless. Before that, I was addicted to cocaine. Yeah.
See, and look at you now.
Yeah, God is good, man. Again, you got to seek that information, because some of us. Go ahead.
And that's big, man. And I mean, just to tell somebody that right now, that's probably dealing with addiction like that, dealing with some type of addiction is big. You know that what you just said is powerful, because at the end they got to know that there is something out there other than that addiction that can bring them out, and that's God. God can bring you out of all things, man, and through God, all things are possible. Some people don't believe that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? You just got to believe that and know that, and then you got to see it for yourself. You got to walk that walk. Nobody can walk your own walk. Nobody gonna do your own journey but you. You know what I'm saying? Right, Lady T?
That's right.
She always say that. You got to go through a stone. Nobody else gonna go through it but you.
Nah, that's
V,
true.
I'm gonna send you some other people, man, so you could have conversation with them over there. I know you're gonna enjoy yourself with my brother Sipping and Tripping and Dad Mentality. I'm gonna get them all your information and send them on, and I'll let them reach out to you. But I'm gonna let you know that they're reaching out to you before they do.
Okay,
And,
man.
I appreciate you coming out.
All of y'all from the East Coast? Are y'all from the same place?
I'm from Jersey.
DMV.
Where you from?
DMV, Maryland area.
Maryland.
DC, Maryland, Virginia, DMV. Somebody said Delaware one time.
WUN Movement Entertainment, that's you?
Yeah, WUN Movement ENT, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, Lady T, I just want to tell you, and listen, I want to say, V, when you blow up, man, to the big top, don't forget us, man. We just small time right now. And the reason why I'm saying that to you is because, listen, there's nobody that has coming on this show that's not supposed to. And I'm gonna tell you this why I said that. It's because Lady T, you remember the Branch lady. She had a low haircut. She had the book. Let me tell you something. Those ladies were in New York City. They got a bulletin board in New York City. They've been on our show. They have a bulletin board in New York City. One lives in, if I'm not mistaken, I think she lives in Arizona, if not Arizona, Atlanta. Because we have a lot of people that's I've been having on the show that's from Atlanta. And this past weekend, they were on the billboards in New York City with their book and everything. It was 4 ladies. I couldn't believe this. I said, look at this. And then the couple, Bow Chow, Mo B, they from Texas. They were on the show, and then, let me get the other guy name, because they were all on the show, but different times.
Blue.
Yeah,
Chucko Blue and Mo B.
Mo B. They was on the show, right? And the other guy, they were just in a gospel concert down in
Atlanta.
In
Atlanta. Yeah, they was in the hip hop. Yeah, they're my peoples. Chucko Blue and Mo B is my peoples, man.
Right.
We got. I'm there to explain to you. We go all over the world, man. They gonna be in Kansas City with me on in a couple weeks. We got this big event in Kansas City, and then I got another event in Florida. We gonna be in Florida in October. Man, we go all over this bad boy, man. It's just that the TV and the radio ain't recognizing what the positivity. Like you said, they shine a light on the negative, so it ain't too much positivity being aired. But yeah, man, Chucko Blue, he really, man, he been through it, man. He was out there for real.
yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Hey, V, he came on the show, Lady T. You know, man, his story brought me to tears, man. On the show, I had to get myself together. I was, because like I said, when you see somebody go through something and then they giving their life to God, man, it's just amazing. And that just brought me to tears on the show, man. I was like, yo, that's, woo.
I like how he is due to he didn't change his appearance or nothing. He still looked like a S.A. Avato, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he delivering the message, you know.
But
that draws his attention, people's attention. That's the attractional piece. You know, that's the attractional piece. I like that. And he still talk like that. He ain't trying to change his talk, trying to talk proper and all that. He's still the same cat. He just changed his mind.
Yeah. His name is Ephraim Kings. You know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is.
He was with them this weekend. He was down in Atlanta.
I to be honest, I didn't get the chance to make it to the award show, man. I'll be so booked and busy, to be honest, bro. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And some of the shows that Chucko Blue and Mobley do, I'll be creating to book for them as well.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. These people that come on here are amazing. They just touch me and bless us, you know, with their presence and just having conversation and just trying to encourage and just show love in the world, not in the negative. That's not what we do here at all. Me and Ronnie, we got a personal relationship, huh?
It's because y'all dope. That's because y'all are dope. Keep that in mind. Stay humble with it. But y'all are amazing, bro. For real. The way y'all got this set up, he got a nice, what's the name? Got a nice little personality. And then you be like I said, she come back and bob it back out. You know, it's dope. This is really amazing. It make you feel welcome. It's welcoming. It really is.
And that's the love that I want to give. You know, I mean, just you know, embracing, you know, everybody that allow me to embrace them, and as well as my you know, Rodney and Lady T. That's what we want to do, just embrace and just talk and have nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we bring. And I appreciate you for coming, and like I said, we're gonna reach out to you more and have you on here again. We definitely gonna have you on again, you know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that we just you would come by this one time. We gonna have you again, because I stayed connected, man. All the people that ever came on, I always call them here and there, text them, and just check on them, man. And know that it wasn't just about the show. It was more to that. You know what I'm saying? They got busy lives, so I always check on them and make sure that they know that I was genuine, and I really say, when I say I love somebody, I love them. And so I'll always reach out to those people. And so I'm going to keep on reaching. I got your phone number. I got all your social media. So you'll be seeing me.
I'm going to see you. Oh,
Yeah.
because I told you I'm coming to your city. We gonna book something in your city. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
lying.
Oh,
Gonna
definitely.
book.
I believe you. I know you, and I'm definitely gonna be there. Two people came on the show. They was close, but I was at the concert when they was up in New York. I was at a concert. Fred Hammond and Kiki Shear. I was at a concert. Yeah, I was at a concert this weekend, late team. Yeah, Fred Hammond and Kiki Shear.
Reach out to me if you come to the DC area. I got you, brother.
I got you, bro. I'm coming. Y'all go. Look, we planning and booking now. So I need you to send him my number, man.
I got you.
You know what
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, T. Go ahead, D. Ronnie, go ahead.
Nah, I was saying I'm on that last group chat that y'all was just talking. I'm in.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's all good.
Okay. AV. So it was just me, Ronnie, and Lady T. But yeah, you can get it from here, Ronnie, because you in that group chat.
Yeah, I got you. Sure.
All right. So this is going to conclude the end of our show. And listen, everybody, I hope that was a blessing to you and you received something. It was just all in love. Luckily, I can't play with my toy right now because I was going to do too. Oh, but I will see you guys tomorrow with a better mic. So, guys, be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Thank y'all, man.
No problem.